If there is one constant to the galaxy, it is that there will always be places beyond the rule of law. On every world, from the lowest levels of Coruscant to the ragged territories of the Outer Rim, hives of scum and villainy operate beneath the surface of civilization. In these hidden territories, neither the decrees of the Republic Senate or the iron grip of the Imperial fleet can bring integrity or stability. Instead, justice more often than not comes from the barrel of a hired gun in the service of the Bounty Hunters Guild. Bounty hunting is a complicated profession, and one that most often operates in a grey area, both legally and morally. The Guild is an attempt to regulate this trade, to bring to it some level of professionalism, respect, and legitimacy. Despite this objective, the Bounty Hunters Guild have instead come to emulate its members. It is secretive, duplicitous, and exists across both sides of the law. Its structure, operations, and authority it holds over its members is often malleable, shifting to accommodate whatever regime controls the galaxy. Only a vague Bounty Hunters Code remains somewhat consistent, a set of rules dictating the behavior and conduct of every individual within its membership. The code is most notable in that it forbids any member of the guild to kill another. If a bounty is placed on one of their own, there is an understanding amongst the guild that no member will try too hard to collect on it. The code likewise prohibits any hunter from stealing the bounty of another. But it is confidentiality that is prized above all. A guild-aligned hunter will not speak of his work and immediately forget any details of his clients and actions. While acceptance of this code is required for membership within the guild, how strictly it is enforced has varied. Aspirant bounty hunters have been known to try and steal the contracts of more established members, or even collect bounties on their guild rivals. Those with enough skill, notoriety, or connections can often flaunt the guild code at their leisure, but if the code is violated in such a way that it might endanger the entire organization, the perpetrator might be hunted down without restraint by their former compatriots. Even the guild itself was not above violating its own code, sometimes sending more than one hunter on a contract without their knowledge. The legitimacy offered by the Bounty Hunters Code was just enough to allow the guild to operate within the Galactic Republic, but its operations were largely trivial. With the outbreak of the Clone Wars, however, the collapse of stability across the galaxy instantly created a wealth of opportunities for any bounty hunter. Jango Fett, Cad Bane, Sugi, and Bosk found enormous success during this era, conducting government-sanctioned work with the Galactic Republic, Confederacy of Independent Systems, and Hutt clans. While their involvement or membership within the guild remains murky, their activities nevertheless brought renewed attention and credibility to the use of bounty hunting. With the rise of the First Galactic Empire, the relationship that had been created with the Bounty Hunters Guild continued to develop. Many within the Imperial military considered these agents to be little more than scum, but the Empire's leadership regarded bounty hunters as an effective tool against internal dissent and rebellion. In ensuing decades, the Guild became a noteworthy aspect of Imperial security. The organization was even given the authority to issue peacekeeping certificates to its bounty hunters, allowing them access to the Imperial Enforcement Data Core. Hunters such as IG-88, Boba Fett, and Dengar entered into an elite position within the Imperial power structure, trusted by Darth Vader himself to conduct clandestine missions. The collapse of the Empire ended the era of government-sanctioned contracts. The New Republic was unwilling to employ the services of those who had acted against them during the rebellion, and the Guild once again retreated to the more lawless sectors and worlds across the galaxy. Today, they can be found hunting down their targets across the Outer Rim territories, or beneath the cityscapes of Coruscant or Nar Shaddaa. Their agents recruit aspirant gunslingers, smugglers with a talent for killing, or freelancers looking to do any kind of job as long as the credits are there. The worlds of the galaxy are hardly any more peaceful since the Revolution, and there will always be a demand for hired guns, mercenaries, and bodyguards. Here, the Bounty Hunters Guild is always willing to lend its services, prioritizing results and maintaining professional discretion. Yet for an organization built on keeping secrets, recently, many strange stories have been spreading across the cantinas in the Outer Rim. They tell of a bounty hunter, a Mandalorian who took on a job only to discover a prize beyond measure. Hunted now by the Guild, the New Republic, and even the remnants of the Empire. How much truth there is to this story, few can say, but it lends credence to the age-old adage that bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
The Templin Institute investigates the nations, factions, and organizations of alternate worlds. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to join the Templin Institute, consider pledging to our Patreon page. Along with increased security access, you'll be able to vote in polls to determine future topics, get custom wallpaper every week, and receive some other exclusive rewards.